The final episode of Season 9, and it is the Winter Cup final and the end of season award, so it might be a short one. We are going to be seeing my son, Craig Pearce, making his first on-screen appearance, and I reckon he's going to be awful. The Winter Cup final then, we are playing Craig Pearce alongside Ruggins in central defence, and leading the line is leading. I had to do it. He's actually been playing for the under-23s and been ridiculous, so I thought, you know what, let's give him a chance in the first team. He's played a couple of games off the bench as well, so hopefully the Chinese striker can leading by example. I will stop doing those jokes eventually. 10 minutes on the clock, Rodney Khan to Stefan Hagens, flicks the ball on, Lemkins is there, and he pounces on the loose ball, making it 1-0. 10 minutes on the clock, Valmiera are looking a little bit stupid there, because that was all their fault. And 20 minutes in, we look like we might have ourselves an injury with Lourenco. He is very injury prone at the moment. It is Valmiera with the ball, controlled by Wamba in the area. Craig Pearce is there. Instead, he's gone for a goal. He's gone for a shot and hit it well wide. Rodney Khan to leading, back to the South African. Back to the Colombian, Rivera. Khan with loads and loads of space. 3 in the middle, crosses it in. It's actually to Lourenco. Takes a touch. I thought he was going to shoot. Ballo finds Wagner, who's back from his second big injury of the season. Lourenco to Ballo to Rivera. He's gone for goal, and what a save that is from the goalkeeper. Stefan Hagens in goal for Valmiera. Tips it over the bar. Corner for our Stefan Hagens towards Ruggins at the front post and heads over the bar. Imagine if that was Craig Pearce. Rodney Khan with a throw, half an hour played. It's not a very good throw and it's cleared straight away. Here it is, Craigie Pearce. The crowd erupts. They don't, it's just me, I'm excited. My son's playing football and he's misplaced a pass and we're going to concede. Good job, that's my boy. Craigie Pearce, what are you doing? That poor pass has put him onto a 6.3. We're sticking with him though. We are sticking with Craig Pearce. He's playing 90 minutes no matter how bad he is. It's a throw. It's going to be Wagner to take it. It's straight to a Valmiera player. Ruggins is going to get there first. Ballo back to Ruggins. Crosses it to Rivero. Ruggins again. I mean, I don't like the fact that Ruggins is so far forward because Craig Pearce is our other centre-back. Ruggins to Wagner on the left-hand side. Forward to Lourenco. Still has his injury. Pearce needs to get that ball forward and does so. Stefan Hagens to Rivera. Back to Stefan Hagens. He's gone for a long-range effort, and if that went in, that might have been goal of the season. Half-time, it is 1-1 because of Craig Pearce, isn't it? It's my son. My son means it's 1-1. That's not a good thing. Listen here, Craig. I'm going to have a word with you. I'm going to say you've got the ability. You weren't that bad. Let's fire him up, son. Give him a cuddle and all sorts. We'll then also say everyone else has got the ability to make a difference as well. He's on a 6.2, everybody. I am full-on Steve Brucing this right now. I am Steve Brucing this with Craig Pearce. He's going to play as many games as I can. I didn't take off Lourenco, did I? I needed to do that at half-time. Leading's also knocked himself up then. That's not what's happened. So Lourenco for Arthur. Leading's coming off as well for Stipnikes, sure. Arthur with a corner. Stick it on Pearce's head. It's not on Pearce's head. In fact, Stipnikes has gone down. It is going to be a penalty by the looks of it. I don't know who's going to be taking this. It's not Craig Pearce. Don't worry, everybody. Well, I don't think it's going to be Craig Pearce. It is Stefan Hagens versus Stefan Hagens into the back of the net for our Stefan Hagens. It is 2-1. His 19th goal of the season. I mean, I know I'm kind of picking on him, but I'm going to tell him to encourage. Let's encourage him. Let's see if that works. It didn't. He's now got a frowny face. Final 15 minutes of the match. He's on a 6.1 now. He is getting worse and worse and worse. That's my boy. Arthur with a free kick with 2 minutes left to play. It's Stefan Hagens comes out, holds on to it. So what is this highlight? I feel like Valmiera might actually get themselves a chance. Craig Pearce is on a 6.0 as a centre-back. I mean, he needs to do something, doesn't he? Stefan Hagens has it for us inside the Valmiera half. Runs around for a bit, finds Alex Arthur, takes a touch and gets past his man into the penalty area. Arthur puts that into the bottom corner. The keeper should have saved it. It is 3-1. And it remains 3-1. We are champions of the Winter Cup. Again, where is he? Well, I don't know. He's a big lad. He's not big, actually. He's 6 foot. So I say he's not big. He's bigger than me. I think this fella here might be Craig Pearce. He's number 46. The trophy will be raised up by the captain, Juris Melkimans. Craig Pearce is excited and having a lovely time, despite the fact that he was literally awful. We're champions. Who's doing the cartwheel? It's you. Who is that? I can't see a squad number. Who is it? It's number 2. I think it's Rodney Khan. Troninkov's hails true Saints Academy legend. Is that me? Are you referring to me as that legend? Because, I mean, I am a legend. We all know this. I mean, the only legend. You've got icons of Abdul Samad and Maris Mikolov and a whole bunch of favoured personnel as well. Most of them are still actually at the club, by the looks of it. Gorks obviously has moved on. Frankie Dow's moved on. Tronikovs and Yurkovs have moved. Half of them are still at the club. We've just played the final 2 games of the season. We actually drew 1-1 with Ventspils and then beat Lepajo, I think it was, 7-2. Leading, came off the bench and scored a hat-trick. So, yeah, that was a weird game to end the season. Overall, I think we've had a pretty good season. We've only won 2 trophies, which is less than last year, but we did get to the Europa League semi-final. Arguably, we could have even done better in that because we weren't the best. Signings to talk about then. The big one for the game is Guy Stefan Ballo. He was the signing of the season. £300,000 from Buarque FC. 5 goals, 10 assists to his name. Personally, Rodney Khan is my signing of the season. He started off a bit shaky. He was very, very shaky to begin with, but once he learned how to play the game for us, he turned into a very good player. Lorenko, another player. He was very good. 12 goals, 9 assists. So what is that? 21 goal contributions in the league throughout the season. That's a lot of goals. Then again, Rodney Khan, 8 goals from right back. Quite a few of them were pens. Lys Mousset as well. He did score 7 and get 1 assist in 12 games and 4 off the bench. He wasn't as good as we thought he would be. Looking at the loan deals, the big one really, Haroldo going to Riga, scoring 18 goals in the league. He scored a lot of goals for Riga. We do seem to help Riga a lot, which I'm okay with for the moment. Until they start becoming a real challenger for us, I'm fine with just giving them our backup players to make them better. Jairo Gamboa as well going to Valmira. I'm happy with this. We've had Gamboa for a long time sat in our sort of under 18s on trial. Going out, getting some first team football, scoring goals, getting assists. That is good to see. Season results then. Obviously champions of Latvia. 120 goal difference. We have actually broken the record for the most amount of goals scored. Our average home attendance was minus 104% of our capacity. What? I'm not quite sure how that works. Champions League, screw you Copenhagen. Europa League, screw you Valencia, I guess. Latvian Cup, screw you Riga. And the Latvian Winter Cup, obviously, we win that one. Biggest win was our opening game of the season where we win 9-0, a hat-trick from Lys Mousset in that one. Match to remember was the 6-1 victory against Noah Jamala. Surely it would have been one of the 2 games in the Europa League. One either against Schalke or Hertha. Those would have been the matches to remember, not this 6-1 victory against a bunch of jabronis. We also did score goal of the season against Noah Jamala, apparently. In the snow, the Brazilians, they love the snow. Lorenko goes for a long run by himself, and I guess he's just going to put it in the back of the net. He does. He ran quite a distance. I mean, it is certainly no Maris Mikolov. He loves to score screamers. Finances, I mean, we're picking up a lot of money now. We are certainly picking up a lot of money, most of it obviously coming from Europe. But we are getting a fair bit of TV money from the Latvian League for some reason. I don't know why. I didn't set up any TV money, but TV money seems to be coming in quite good, which is actually helpful for the other teams as well in Latvia. Look at the amount of goals in that best 11. 34 for Lemkins, 38 for Stipnikes, 14 for Arthur, 20 for Stefan Hagens. There's no Taihi in that as well. He broke double figures. I feel like Lorenko might have even broken double figures. So, yeah, the fact that we've got 4 players there well into double figures, plus at least 2 more, you can see how we scored a lot of goals. It looks like Alex Arthur is the player to be picking up a bunch of awards this season. Fans Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season. Signing of the season, as we know, goes to Ballo. Goal of the season to Lorenko, as we know. 38 goals for Stipnikes. 38. Really? How? 26 in the league, 7 in the Europa League, 2 in the Champions League, some also in the cup competitions as well. I mean, I didn't think he scored that many. Considering he only started 28 league games and scored 26 goals, that's a pretty good return. Stefan Hagens gets 28 assists. That's insane. 28 assists is insane. 17 in the league, 12 goals as well to his name. I mean, he loves an assist, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. Since we signed him, so we got 7 assists in the first season, then 17, then 23, then 28. He's a machine. I did just kind of ignore the fact as well that Alex Arthur also got 28 assists, apparently. Most league appearances, big Yanis Vugels has got 210 appearances now for the club. Mihail Zhirkovs, who we did release on a free, has found his way over to Valmiera. He has got the most goals for the club. Hopefully that will be broken. Krollis, youngest player, which we did see in that Europa League semi-final. And we paid nearly £2 million for Roberts Vipes, and he barely plays. Alex Adams, who we sold to Riga, picked up 10 Man of the Match awards. I mean, he at Riga, he was ridiculously good. 18 goals, 14 assists as well. Playing on that left wing, I assume. It was a good bit of business for us to sell him, and a very good bit of business for Riga to buy him. Overall, best 11. Who is new? Stefan Hagens, Stuypnakes and Caesar. So Caesar is in on the bench. Stefan Hagens does make it into the starting 11. And Stuypnakes also makes it onto the bench, I think. He must do, yeah. At the end of next season, I am going to do kind of a 10-year summary of where we are currently, which is going to involve looking back at some of our former players. Players like Kristaps Zommers, who apparently is playing for Montreal Impact, Frankie Dow, Abdul Samad, Tchukwu, Troninkos, The Boss, Gorks, all these people who are listed here, and a bunch of other youth players as well that I kind of had high hopes for that maybe didn't pan out. I've just seen Zabs as a coach. I don't need him, but can we get him in? Big news. We are finally getting ourselves a brand new stadium, which is going to cost us just under £2 million, and half of that money is coming through a sponsorship deal. We've got, just to put this in perspective, we've got £30 million in the bank. Just use some of that. You don't need... I guess the sponsorship deal makes sense. It is 5,750 capacity. It is going to be called Skinnz Academy Stadium, which is kind of disappointing. I tell you what, I think we can actually change the name of the stadium retrospectively. Stick in the comments what you think the stadium should be called. I imagine probably after a club legend. Not that there are too many. I'm the only club legend. Maybe someone who's done some good in the past. A couple more things to talk about before we end this episode. First of all, Latvia have broken into the top 100 world rankings. They are 99th. The highest they got up to was 96th. They're currently sat 99th. In terms of their fixtures recently, that's not bad, is it? It's not bad. They beat San Marino 5-0. They lost to Bulgaria. They drew 1-1 with Serbia. Stuypnakes with the goal there. So they are starting to get a little bit better. Realistically, they're probably not qualifying for the World Cup, but I think they could finish third in that group. I think they could get third, maybe even second. If they can steal a victory against a Bulgaria or a Holland or against a Serbia, they could finish second in that group. Here is the other piece of news that I was looking for. European competition rankings. So, the Latvian High League has moved up 4 places. We're still relatively low, but we are now 31st. We've gone up from 35th. We are bigger than the second division in Spain, Ligue 2 in France. We are bigger than the top league in Austria and Sweden and Azerbaijan, the second division in Holland. Bigger than League 1, not bigger than the Championship. We've got to work on that. We're also not bigger than the Cypriot top league, which sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? But we are getting up there. This is another thing that is very, very interesting because I think this is what convinces players to want to join us. We are now, where are we? 36th. We are the 36th biggest club in the last 5 years in Europe. We are the 36th biggest club because of our European escapades, shall we say. 17 points we got from last season. So yeah, we're a big team now. We are bigger than Slavia Prague. We're bigger than Rangers. Not bigger than Celtic. Take that up with Football Manager, Rangers fans. We are bigger than some very, very big sides by the looks of it. I did notice a few years ago we were bigger than Leicester. Bigger than a former Premier League champion. They're down there in 64th. So yeah, we are turning into a pretty good side. The problem is, I don't think there are any other Latvian sides on here. There you go. That is all of the Latvian sides that we have on our list. And Riga are 227, Valmiera 271, Ventspils 318, and then we are so far down that list at this point. It's a bit ridiculous. Next season, I want Riga to be challenging for the Europa Conference League group stages. That's where we need them to be. I'm hoping with the players that we've sold them in January, maybe some more over the summer as well. Hopefully that is going to turn them into a very, very strong side. Also, Valmiera and Ventspils, I think, possibly even Spartaks, I think 2 of those are also going to be in Europe, so we need to try and do the same thing to them. And speaking of Europe, we are now up to 18th place 18th place in the coefficient. It means we are very, very close to moving up to one more further qualifying round in. So we don't have to play one bunch of children. We just have to play the next bunch instead. We still need to move up to 15th. That is the target. Next season is going to be big. Thank you very much for watching this episode. It's the end of Season 9. Season 10 will begin with the final European qualifier. I don't know who it's going to be against, but that's what it's going to be in Episode 1. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Stick your comments in the comment section below, and I'll be back next time.